Hello! I'm Tony Fox, and I am so excited today because it is the biggest, most watched TV show in the world, and we have 3 of the actors who have been on Game of Thrones. You've all been killed. You've all, right? Well, there are theories about you. But anyway, so let me introduce all of them. 2 of the Night's Watchmen, who you were Pip, and this is Joseph, and you were Rast, and this is Luke, and then you were the sword instructor for Arya right in the beginning. People still think, though, that you came back as, how do you say they get Jagan?
Oh, Jaqen H'ghar.
The man with no face, yes.
Yeah.
So you were Syria, and it's Miltos,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so since you guys are, none of you are on the show anymore, did you keep watching the show?
Yeah.
So you have kept up with all of it?
I stopped off business for a bit and then caught up again.
Oh, you did?
Of pure bitterness.
Oh, yeah. I'd be bitter too. I mean, they kill, but they do kill everybody else, so it's not personal.
It's nothing personal.
Right.
It just hurts.
I'm waiting for all of it to end so I can just binge the whole
The
lot
whole
of it
thing.
with a few of friends who haven't seen it yet.
Really?
I can't wait for that.
Really? Okay, what about you?
I love the show. I
Yeah.
watch it avidly, yeah.
So,
I always say that it's much easier to watch a show once you've left it.
really?
Yeah, and I always love the fact that whenever I say that, the person who's asked the question is always very, very surprised. But
Yeah.
it's because I don't know, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but
Yeah.
I can get very self-conscious. And when I watch imagine watching you
Yeah.
just doing stuff.
Yeah.
Larger than life. You just notice all the things that other people didn't notice.
Right.
In the same way that we notice when we look in the mirror.
Sure.
And so that can be a bit overwhelming.
But
so I'm very happy to just do the work and then I just do something else. And I forget
I
about
watched
it.
your screen test on YouTube, and granted, I didn't see anybody else. Yeah, his screen test is on YouTube,
They put it on
and
DVD.
and I was like, oh my god, did you get the job immediately? Because you just seem to just nail it right there.
I have no idea.
Really?
All I remember is that I get very nervous when I do castings. But I swear to this day that Nina Gold, who is the casting director for Game of Thrones, who is fantastic at her job, her assistant, Robert,
He's better at that. He's amazing.
He's brilliant.
he read for Arya Stark, and I swear to God, it's because he did such a good job.
Giving the credit to someone else.
He
amazing.
made
Yeah.
me.
He cares.
And he was good, he read it
Yeah.
really well, he was very sensitive, and that doesn't happen all the time in castings.
Okay.
Most of the time they just want you to read it. Sometimes there's no one there to read the other part, just having to guess that something's been said. It's amazing the difference. So when you do walk into an environment that it makes you feel comfortable, you can do a good job. I mean, this should go without saying for nearly everything we do in life, but yeah, because you have to imagine how nerve-wracking it is.
Right.
Because every time it's different.
Yeah, I can't imagine it. Now, you guys are in town in Jacksonville for Collective Con, which, I don't know if it's like those Comic-Con things,
Yeah.
right? Why is it Collective Con, do you know?
I think that was just the name of the actual.
Don't do much for that.
Okay.
This is good.
Exterminate.
I like
So Collective Con is at the
It's like an
Morocco
armchair.
Shrine Auditorium for 3 days. By the way, okay, before we get to why we have these pool noodles, so let me ask you guys, since you were all 3 in, I mean, you guys were in episodes 1, 3, and 4, and you were just in, season. You were season 1.
Yeah.
Jon Snow, a Kit Harington, just said recently that when he first read the script for the show, he didn't understand it at all. And he was like, what? And he had to reread it again. And I also have read that when they shot the pilot, after it was all done, they said it was horrible and they redid the whole thing.
That's the time.
Yeah, I heard that.
So when you guys read the script, did you have a similar reaction like Kit Harington did? Did you understand what was happening?
I think by that point, yeah. What do you think of us?
I had to read the book to understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I read the book first before I read the script.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Because like when we got the casting through, you only get a scene or 2.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, I'm gonna read the book so I go unprepared. So by the time I read the script, I was like, this all makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And that's what I did
Yeah.
too. So
Okay.
it did make it simpler. But yes, if you just read the script without any context,
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently that's what Kit did.
Yeah.
So,
Because also it covers so much ground so quickly.
yeah.
So many characters. I remember when it first
Oh,
came
yeah.
out, people were like, "Oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to handle all the names and all the different characters." And I mean, there was a lot. Usually
Yeah.
shows are based on like 5 or 6
Right.
people.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember there's a point in this where so when you do a TV show or a film, you get given numbers for calling. So like you've got like number 1 to pick things where it goes down. That number. I remember the time I left, it was number 422, and that's not extras, that's speaking characters.
That's
And it was like Camp Hall 3.
I know.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well now we will reveal why we have pool noodles. Because one of the biggest things in Game of Thrones, they're always fighting with swords. I mean, you were the sword fighting instructor for Arya when she was little, right off the
Yeah.
bat. And you guys were learning how to sword fight as Night's Watchmen. So I thought maybe you guys can teach me how to do this. Do you guys remember any of it?
He's actually an actual proper teacher. So
Okay, so, and I figured I had to get something that wouldn't hurt us. So pool noodles is what, Florida.
However, we were having a go with them a little earlier, and,
And
we
someone
actually
did get
did hurt each other. So
Okay, so what do we want to know so now, I mean, did you guys all have to have training?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was quick. It was really quick.
Really?
It was like, right, do this, right, done.
I remember we did it, and they gave us
Fast anyway.
in our stuff. They gave Kit and Daniel Mark standing proper swords. We had to have fake ones.
Yeah.
We were so bad at
Remember
it.
that day when Gren done it to Kit? And,
Yeah, hurt his hand.
and hurt his hand. They're so heavy,
Yeah.
some of them.
They got real swords. We got given plastic ones because we weren't good enough.
Right.
And here we are.
It's really tough because the thing about when you do theatre, you usually rehearse quite a lot.
Yeah.
If you ever do like a Shakespeare play where
Yeah.
there's sword fighting, you get to spend 4 to 6 weeks pretty much rehearsing that every single day. But on film sets, that doesn't happen at all.
Okay.
You don't have any time to rehearse.
Right.
I went away to London and worked with a guy for 2 weeks, but it wasn't really rehearsing what we were really going to do. It was just cooking up what the water dance was going to be. And then when we turned up on set, we had 2 days really to do it.
Yeah.
And that's not a lot of time when your whole scene is all choreography.
Right.
And it's hard enough remembering your lines, let
Can't
alone
imagine.
the moves as well.
Right.
But-
Now, and do you guys do it or do the stunt people take over?
It depends how
Yeah.
hard it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the
Okay.
time, they will use stunt people just because it's simpler.
Yeah.
And because that's how they're going to make sure they shoot it. They plan it with that in mind so that they know they're going to cover this shot
Yeah.
with a stunt double, but then here it's going to be the actual actor.
Right.
So, and it's sometimes to do with insurance as well because
You hurt people.
If Kit gets injured,
That's
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
thing. Finish.
That's it.
It's like,
That's it.
Yeah,
so much fun.
But he can rise from the dead, as we know.
Yeah.
Stunt people are proper undervalued. I think they're amazing at their job.
Yeah.
Like they just
Yeah.
look better.
Yeah.
Like why wouldn't you use them?
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
you've got me walking around with a sword. Or someone who is athletic and can roll
Well,
around.
okay, well, show me a couple, whatever you remember.
Come stand
Okay.
opposite me, right?
Okay.
We'll copy you as well.
Right. So
Okay.
here we are,
Okay.
right-handed, aren't you?
Yes.
So we'll do it like in a clockwise, anti-clockwise. So I'm just going to give numbers. This
Okay.
is number 1. So what the idea is, I'm going to come and try and cut your neck there.
Yeah.
I manage it. Then I try the other side. That's 2.
Yeah.
Then the third move is to try and disembowel you the other way around. There, yes.
Okay.
And then, yes, easy.
Okay.
And then we're going to walk that way. So every time
And then you walk.
and so every time I try to cut you, you step back, I step forward. There, there, there. Now we're hitting. Now you do it to me. Yes, yes, yes.
Ha! I'm ready to fight in Game of Thrones.
You're good at this.
You guys are really, yeah.
We've got it wrong. This is why we went lab real swords.
See, if you can only use pool noodles.
The amount of-
And let's talk real quick about dying on Game of Thrones, because that's a big deal, you know, and how everybody dies. And you were killed by the wolf,
Yes.
right? And then you were killed by Ygritte,
Yeah.
right? And then we never
Killed
saw,
by Meryn
though.
Trant.
But I don't think we ever saw you
No,
get killed,
no.
right? That's why the theory. So how were the deaths? I mean, was it like fun to shoot the deaths?
Oh, it was
Jeez.
good.
Yeah.
It's amazing, so fun. Yeah, that was the most thing I've done on Game of Thrones, like, which Pip done, if you know what I mean. the death scene, I had a lot to do that day. And
Tell them actually how they
put it up.
prepped your
Oh,
Yeah.
because these scenes, these death scenes, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Throw the pool noodles away.
Yeah, it was all done in makeup where I had a fake neck, and then they put all the costume on, and then they had these little screw things where you put the one end of the arrow and one end of the arrow. Because there was a bit in season 4 at the battle where they ran the whole thing, and then they stopped everything, and then they had to put the arrow in, and then I had to just turn, and then the arrow was in my neck. So it was. I thought, how are they going to do this? But when I rewatched it, it was brilliant. And then you had the man at the corner with tubes coming down my leg, and he was pumping the blood when I was on the floor. And I'll tell you a little story. I got epilepsy, and I'll tell you a little funny story. I haven't told a lot of people this. And there was a time where I was in the makeup truck, and they were putting the arrow in my neck. And they said, okay, we're going to invite some people down just to take some pictures, see if it's good enough for the battle. Yeah. And I blanked out. I didn't know what happened, but basically the man, I saw him a week after, and he said, yeah, you just fell in my arms, you started having an epileptic fit.
Oh no.
I was going through some stuff at the time, so you never know what goes on behind, the show, but started fitting. And then the paramedic came in, he opened the door, he had his bag thinking it's just going to be a little, test his blood, he's low on blood sugar. And he sees the arrow in my neck. He's like,
Oh,
yeah. But he's like, that's okay, screw it out. But that was, that was. It was funny, I think. It was,
Well, now that you're okay.
Yeah, now I'm
it's
okay.
funny.
It was kind of funny.
If you died in real life, maybe not so funny.
No, not so
right.
funny.
So
But,
you got killed by the dire wolf. Now, is the dire wolf like? Is it a real animal or is it totally done?
Well,
This
you
is
know?
an even better story.
Oh God, I love this.
So early on, in season 2, there's a scene where I'm in bed and they get this wolf to come on and growl in my face. Do you remember this bit?
Yeah.
And so what they do was, I qualified by saying I'm terrified of dogs. My biggest fear in the world is dogs. Scared of
Dogs! You don't.
Yeah,
Oh
got
wait,
bitten by
this
a
is
dog when I was
what.
a kid. Terrible. And so I'm in bed and they bring this dog in and it's about up to here. It's like standing, it's up to here. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Standing on you while you're lying
So I'm
down.
like, okay, just grin and bear, you're getting paid. So they bring the dog on, it stands on my chest. And it's been quite friendly. And then they were like, okay, make it growl. So what they do is they put a slab of steak on my forehead, like that. And the dog goes, stay. I'm like, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. Make it growl, they're like, growl. I was like, oh my god. And that was like the dog scene by putting a slab of steak on my forehead and telling a monster to stay. And when I died, they just got this guy who came in, who's about up to here on me, he's tiny. He was like, hello, I'm Jonathan. His name was. And I'm running through the woods, and he just jumped on me, and that was it. And then superimposed a dog on him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
right there, just a little guy just like literally chasing you, wrestling you to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, well before we go, since there are so many ideas floating around about who's gonna get the Iron Throne, or they're all gonna die, or whatever, I want to know what your theories are. So,
Only Bran knows.
Bran's become a real buzzkill.
Yeah.
Really? Right?
Everywhere you turn is him.
Like staring. So, only Bran.
I don't know. It's like
Well, yeah, nobody.
it's like Brexit. It's so confusing.
Yeah, it's like Brexit. What do you think?
So my theory is this, right? So if George Martin is inspired by War of the Roses and like British history,
Right.
then I think the way that British history kingships ended was with the revolution and the establishment of Parliament. So the desolation of kings in that role and the swapping of kings and councils for a democratically elected parliament. I think it'll be something like that.
Okay.
I think I wouldn't surprise me if they just melt the Iron Throne down.
Right.
And let's try and do this together because there are greater evils like the White Walk to deal with.
Yeah.
I think that's what I like to say. But I just think that'd be really boring television. So I don't know. I think like logically that's what I do.
Okay, your theory.
I have just heard a theory.
Okay.
By someone in this building as we speak,
okay.
which completely blew my mind. And I thought, that's quite a good theory.
Okay.
But it's so good that I can't tell you. Because
It's
it possibly
It
could be
could be true. Yeah.
Really? But you guys have no clue, right? You haven't heard
No, we
anything
don't
from
know.
friends.
We don't get nothing.
I also think, except for the people that were involved in the scene.
Yeah,
and
nobody
hey,
knows.
nowadays people shoot different endings, so maybe they don't even know.
Right.
But I don't think really many of the principals knew.
No, yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna find out, I guess, at the end of May.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, it's been so much fun to have you guys. You guys all weekend gonna be a collective con,
Come and see
Morocco
us.
Shrine Auditorium. So, and fans can get autographs and pictures
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
And-
so awesome.
And talk to us
They can
too.
come down and talk. They don't,
Yeah.
You know, they don't have to buy a picture. They can just come down and talk.
They can fight with you with pool noodles?
Yeah, they can.
Anything they want within reason.
I will do the night. I will do the Night's Watch vows with them if they want.
All right,
we're there
thank
for
you
you
so
guys.
much.
We're there for you, man.
Thank you so much. Game of Thrones. Love it. Thank you.